Hello, hello. I'm doing well. How are you doing? I'm on vacation right now, so just been trying to rest, relax, keep my kids busy. So we had a fun day today. We went out and they were able to release a lot of energy and we went and got some lunch. So it was a really good day. Trying to fix my microphone. You're doing okay? All right. Let's see. Yes. Make sure you are taking care of yourself during these, winter times. I was looking outside and it's like so gloomy and it's cold. And I feel like it's just easy to get in that energy of like, feeling a little down. And, depending on if you're grieving or if you're missing anyone during this time or how the holidays affect you, this is a really good time to like nurture yourself and love yourself. So for today's agenda for the Taropy Talk, I'm going to start off with a few therapy tips, and today's going to be about limiting beliefs. So I'm going to pull a few cards, give a few messages from spirit in regards to this topic, and yeah, give a few tips on limiting beliefs and like how we can overcome those. And then at the end, I'll be on here for personal questions. Just check the description on the specials today. And I have me some tea here so I don't lose my voice. But I'm feeling good tonight. I feel like the messages are really going to come through really, really well. I've been like meditating. I feel like I've had like a creative block. And I was like, okay, I need to just relax. I'm getting too obsessive. I feel like it's very tricky with, having social media and being a content creator, with therapy and like spirituality being like my niche, because there are like certain pressures to like put out so many videos and a schedule. And I mean, honestly, when it comes to social media, if you follow the way that it's supposed to be followed, it just leads to burnout. So I felt the resistance, so I just kind of stepped back, and then spirit came through and gave me content ideas, and I'm like, all right, back on this train. So I'm excited about today. All right. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to go ahead with the channeled messages for the Taropy Talk. Let's see. Um, all right, so we're going to go ahead with the collective reading. Trying to see if I wanted to name it something else. No. All right, it's cool. Not gonna worry about it. All right, so that's not what I wanted. The technology is not technologying today. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I was in the wrong thing. All right. Alrighty, let's see. All right, so I've already meditated. I've connected with my guides, and I've gotten pretty clear messages for limiting beliefs. And first, I want to start off with like your net worth or your circumstances does not equal your self worth. So, how you value yourself, how you love yourself, is not correlated with, what tax bracket you're in or what kind of car you drive. Those are all materialistic things that are in your current circumstances. But I mean, tomorrow you could be a millionaire. So always keep that in mind. Like, I think sometimes people hold on to and they think that their self-worth, yourself, is connected to their net worth, and it's definitely not. Um, so let me go ahead and let the lovely train pass. So another key that channel message that my guides gave me was the key to abundance is through your inner world. So when it comes to manifesting, it's all about the feeling. So if you're looking to attract love or money or a lifestyle or whatever it is, it all starts from within, not externally. Um, so let's go ahead and get into the cards. And this is just a collective message for everyone in regards to the topic tonight for limiting beliefs. And if any of you have dealt with limiting beliefs or like common limiting beliefs, go ahead and, put it in the chat and, we can talk about it. So the first card is disruption. And this is like the card of like shaking things up. With this card, I'm getting the energy of like your mind and your heart being at war, or there's some type of conflict, or there's some type of like divide. And whenever your mind, which I want to say that represents your ego, is driving you and it's not in alignment with your heart, then you can kind of feel this disruption. You can kind of feel this feeling of like something not aligning, like something is just not connecting. And this is our signal to go within. But a lot of times, for some people, this is their signal to keep pushing through and keep taking action and keep looking out at their external world. So, Spirit is saying this is a signal to go within. Listen to your inner world. All right, next I have rest and rejuvenate. I love this. Number 4, this is your stability. This is your foundation. You see him out there in the forest. He's reconnecting with himself. He's, connecting with his inner world. He's checking in with himself, because if you feel any type of disruption, that is where you need to go. You need to go within. So either go for a walk out in nature, take some quiet time and meditate, journal. There's different things you can do to kind of connect with your inner world. And then this card was on the bottom of the deck, solitude. Yeah. You have to create that space to where you have quiet so you can connect to your inner world, you can connect to the divine, so you can get those messages and receive those downloads. And you can really utilize your intuition, because your intuition is never going to, steer you in the wrong direction. It is here to protect you. It is here to guide you, on your path. Shift your money mindset. This is all about having, limited beliefs. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have beliefs around money that our parents taught us, or TV taught us, or the school taught us, or whatever experiences that we've had around money. Like, in order, money doesn't grow on trees, you have to work hard to get money type thing. And the thing is, it's just not true. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. We can attract that in, and we can attract it in a lot faster with our thoughts, right? It all starts with your beliefs. That is where it starts. I love this. Find a way to forgive. I think a lot of times our limiting beliefs can be held back from like just not forgiving, not letting go. Like, when you think about a person, in your life, or maybe a couple people that, have harmed you in some type of way or hurt you in some type of way, you know, they're off living their life, right? And you may be still holding on to this. And a lot of times with my clients, I will tell them, like, you can take the backpack off. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, imagine, visualize that you have a backpack on and it has bricks in it and it's heavy and you've been carrying it and you've been adding bricks to it however long. And it's just time to take the backpack off. It's time to take the baggage off, right? Release the people, the situation, the thoughts that no longer serve you. Like, why are you holding on to it? Like, let it go. And if you need to forgive yourself for something that you've said or you did, let it go. Forgive yourself, So a good activity that you could do for this is either a release letter or a goodbye letter. Say goodbye to it, release it, let it go with love, and, really let it go from your energetic field. Like, give it permission to, like, move forward. Because then when you're able to let that go, when you're able to let that imaginary backpack down with the bricks in it, you can invite in more abundance. You have a material harvest card right here. So when you're able to release certain baggages and limiting beliefs, from your past, like, let the old story go and allow the new story to come in that you want to create for your life. So I think that's very, very beautiful. The cards are just playing so well today. We have purpose. I know what I am here to do. I love this. Your purpose, right? When you're in alignment with your head, your brain, your mind, and your heart, that is when you're on fire. So you need to check in with yourself, because we're all spiritual beings having a human experience. So when we were born, before we were born, we knew all that we wanted to do. We knew, like, our soul's purpose, what we wanted to do while we were down here. But then when we were born, we came through this veil of amnesia. And then it's like, well, what am I doing here? And it's like, you have to go within. You need to meditate. You need to take time by yourself, journal, connect with yourself to check in with what's your purpose. And the thing is, the beautiful thing about your purpose is it can change and grow and evolve as you change and you grow. So don't be attached to the fact that, like, this one thing is my purpose. You can have multiple purposes in your lifetime. So make sure you're checking in with yourself and, reflect to yourself, like, what is it that you want to do here? What do you want to achieve? What brings you fulfillment? What makes you feel excited? I think that's really important. And the last card that I have is courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And I love this. I feel like with courage showing up here, to look at the beliefs that maybe your parents or, whoever raised you put on you, and to really look at that and say, like, that doesn't really resonate with me anymore. I'm going to go with this belief. I think that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of faith, knowing that everything is going to work out in your favor and rewriting a new story just for you. I love this. So very, very beautiful. Spirit really came through with the messages. So thank you to all my guides and angels that assisted me with that. All right, so I wanted to get back to the basics, like when it comes to self-concept. If you're not familiar with the actual soul, right, you have a soul, check out Michael Newton's book, Journey of the Souls. It's on YouTube, it's an audiobook, it's completely free. It'll give you a little bit more backstory. If it resonates with you, cool. If it doesn't, it's okay. But I really want people to really understand the idea of a soul, because I could talk about that all day. But you are a spiritual being having a human experience, right? So you're here on this earthly plane to learn. That's what we're here to do. We're here to learn. We're here to make mistakes. We're here to learn from those mistakes. On the spiritual realm, like, spirits don't see things as good or bad. They just see it as like an experience. It's neutral. What did you learn from it? How can you grow from it? So remember that you are bigger than your physical body. Like, if you're able to see people's energy field around them, like their auras, then you know that you're bigger than this. You're bigger than this. So then that lets you know that you can truly create your own reality with your thoughts. So it all starts in your internal world. So take that time to meditate, connect with your inner world, to assist you with, like, raising your vibration and seeing what beliefs are, like, holding you back and keeping you stuck. So I'm going to talk to a couple of people in the chat, and then I'm going to start on 5 ways to overcome limiting beliefs. So hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, Jasmine. So nice to see you. So nice to see you. Yes, So I'm going to talk about a little bit about limiting beliefs, like how to overcome it. And then after I wrap up the therapy tips, and the lovely train is here, after I wrap up the therapy tips, then I'm going to go ahead with personal questions. Oh, thank you so much, Jasmine. You are so sweet. I truly appreciate it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead with this therapy talk. And just to break it down for you, like, this is ultimately my goal of the channel. I want this to be more of a show, more of an interaction, to give therapy tips plus tarot messages from spirit, because this is all about your mind, body, and your soul. So we're like whole and complete. So we are whole and complete just the way that we are. But just to like reconnect us to what we don't remember from when we came through that veil of amnesia, you know? Yes, yes, yes. So, starting off with limiting beliefs, like, what are limiting beliefs? They're literally just keep you stuck or hold you back from the person that you want to be. So, your future self, right? You know, and your future self can be anybody. It can be, you can drive any car, you can have any mate or partner, you could have as many children as you want. So, when you think about your higher self or your future self, dream big, right? Like, don't put a limit on it. Like, if your parents were poor, that doesn't mean that you're going to be poor. And I think that's another thing too, like that maybe in our subconscious mind is like statistics. Well, statistically, if you don't go to college, you won't make this amount of money. Don't listen to that. Okay? Your beliefs are your beliefs, and you get to choose what you believe. You don't have to allow, people to put your beliefs in your head. They're your beliefs. So that's the first thing. Everything begins with your belief. How you see yourself, how you see the world, how you see other people, because your beliefs are coming through your personal lens, right? You're the only one that sees it like that, from your unique perspective. So keep that in mind. So limiting beliefs are just essentially beliefs that are keeping you from living your best life, right? Like, are you surviving or are you thriving? Right? It's a choice. It's a choice. Some people get in that loop and they're like, well, this is what it is. I'm just going to survive, and it doesn't feel good to survive, but some people aren't aware of that. So, intentionally choose to survive or to thrive. Limiting beliefs also destroy your relationships, and they cost you the wealth that you deserve, and they can also affect your health as well. So, like, a lot of the things that you think can really hold you back, right? A lot of the things that you think, like I said, like that imaginary backpack with bricks, it gets heavy. If you have these beliefs that aren't in alignment with your heart anymore, they're going to weigh on you, and they could turn into ailments in the body like diseases, right? They can be holding you back energetically from the great life that you're supposed to live. So know that you are deserving, that you are worthy, right? It doesn't matter about your childhood, it doesn't matter about your experiences. Like, you are not going to be held back because you experienced this or experienced that, or your parents were this, so you're that. Like, you get to rewrite your own story. So that's really important to know. So I'm a true believer in this. I believe that I am the co-creator of my reality. So with saying that you are the co-creator of your reality, you are taking responsibility for everything that you've attracted in your life, good, bad, and ugly. And I feel like whenever you take on the victim mentality, you release your power, you release your control, right? So regain your power, take the accountability, and admit that you are the co-creator of your world. Your thoughts become things, right? So that is a very powerful statement, and it's an affirmation that I tell myself in the morning and at night. Like, I'm a co-creator of my reality. I can look at my 3D reality and say, okay, I was on point for that. I was in alignment for that. I attracted it into my life. I got it. It came in exactly the way that I wanted it to. And then other things, it's like, okay, maybe there was some resistance. Maybe there were some limiting thoughts that brought me A, B, and C. So a lot of us will have old stories or current stories that are old stories that we're telling ourselves that are essentially holding us back, right, from living that life of thriving. So it's really important to be aware of the stories that you're telling yourself and that you're telling other people, because your internal dialogue is important as well. So saying things like, you can't do this, or this always happens to me, or this will never happen, those are things that really hold you back. Those are things that like keep you in a box. I will never, this always. Think about your words as magical spells, because when you say those things, the universe is listening. Like, regardless if you believe in manifestation or not, you are always co-creating your reality. Yes. Yes, Jasmine, for sure. Yes. So it's like you can almost think of like these little thoughts that pop in your head as like mean little myths. Like, they're not true. Like, you can reframe those at any time. So tip number 1, remember that you are the editor of your story. Like, you've been promoted. You are the editor of your story, not anyone else's, but your story. So meaning you get to co-create your own reality. And like, when I think about this, like, I get excited. I get curious. Like, curiosity really creates movement, because when you ask questions, like in your internal world and getting to know yourself, it creates movement. So get excited, get curious, and dream big when it comes to being the editor of your life story. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like, that's exciting. So tools that you can use to help you edit the story of your life are journaling, and vision boards. You can create one on Pinterest. You can create a physical vision board, and don't put a budget on it. Whenever you're creating, what you want to attract into your life, like, literally don't put a budget on it. Don't think about the costs. Don't think about the maintenance. Just focus on the end result of what you want to attract into your life. So it's really important that with the first step is that you're able to identify your limiting beliefs, because if you're not able to identify them, then you're not going to be able to change them. So really reflect and explore areas of your life with your limiting beliefs, potentially like your relationships, your career, your money, your education, your health. What about your ethnicity? Or do you have limiting beliefs around, being a minority, or being a woman, or being a man? So, you may want to look at those areas of your life to see like what beliefs like no longer serve you. So like some common like examples of limiting beliefs may be like, he or she will never want me. Like saying a person doesn't want you, or believing that you're not deserving of love, depending on your childhood experiences or your experiences in life. Just know that you are valuable, you are worthy. And with practice and reframing those thoughts, you are able to, let your subconscious know that you are worthy of love. And you can do that by doing the inner work, right? You can do that by using tools like affirmation. Repetition is a really good way to really reprogram certain limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. Another one is it takes money to make money. Since I'm broke, I'll always stay broke. And it's the money one that gets me because I feel that if you truly knew with like me channeling my guides and stuff, like money is only energy, right? Your energy, your energetic field either attracts the money or it repels the money, or maybe it does a little bit of both. So, if you have challenges around money, write it down. Identify where you have challenges or limited beliefs when it comes to money, because you could be holding back your prosperity, your abundance, and your wealth, you know? So remember that a belief is literally just a belief. Like that's all it is. And you can really turn that belief upside down and turn it into something that unlimits you, essentially. So if you feel like you're not lovable, well, if you turn that around, that means that you're lovable, right? That means you're an unforceable stop and people like can't stop loving you. So it's just about the angle. It's just about the perspective of it. Because some of the beliefs that are limiting you or holding you back, they may not even be your own. They may have came from Grandma Sally or something you watched on TV or something in your subconscious mind, and it's just like that doesn't resonate with me anymore. Like that's just not my jam. That's not my vibe. So you really have to identify, what beliefs are kind of holding you back from the person that you want to be, essentially. Number two, make sure you check in with your inner dialogue. I think this is very important because statements like I always, I never, unless you're saying something like very positive, it's a little different. But typically, when you use those statements, they're very negative, or lower vibrational. So make sure you reflect on the thoughts that don't feel too good or they don't feel genuine. Like, take time with that and check in with your inner world and see, where that's coming up. Now, step number two, it takes practice to monitor your beliefs. So, but what's really helpful is like if you notice that certain thoughts pop in your mind, um, try to catch them before they turn into other things. Like you could challenge those negative beliefs or limiting beliefs. You could reframe them into something more positive or constructive, or you could just let them go. That's another thing. Just because a thought pops into your mind, you can just let it go. Like, I'm not acknowledging that. That doesn't resonate with me. It's not stuck to you. It's stuck to you at the point where you just keep thinking about it and then you attach it to your identity. Like, I'm never going to have money. I'm always going to be broke. And then that's the energy that you're going to have when you're moving through life. So that leads me to the next step, which is ask if your story is true or a false truth. So this takes a little bit of time, but try not to beat yourself up, because when you're looking at the story that you've been writing, and you may have a couple of stories, like I said, there may be forgiveness with other people or yourself. So try to be gentle with yourself when you're seeing if things are true or if it's a false truth. Focus on the silver lining of things, of situations and stories that may bring up heavy feelings. Could there be something that you learn in that situation? Maybe if this belief is something to do with another person, like sometimes we'll take on other people's baggage. Is it even your baggage to hold on to? So these are certain things that you can reflect on to see whether it is true or it's a false truth. This is also important. It's really important to think of ways to appreciate yourself rather than tearing yourself down. Because sometimes when you're looking at limiting beliefs, you're getting these beliefs from people that loved you or raised you, essentially. And it may be kind of hard to look at certain beliefs around money or relationships. And it may not feel good. So make sure you're really trying to come from a positive or constructive place when it comes to this process. So last but not least, it's really important to leave your old story behind. It's really, really important. You know, once you put that backpack down and you take those bricks out, let them go. You know, let them go with love, because you don't want to keep holding all that stuff on your back, because you're going to get tired, right? So I think a really good exercise for, you know, leaving a story behind that no longer serves you is either a goodbye letter, or visualizing the bricks. You know, what do the bricks represent for you? You know, my parent puts their obligations on me. Take a brick out. I'm releasing that. That is not my business. That is not my priority. Whatever it is, but whatever beliefs that you have, visualization techniques are really helpful for your subconscious mind. Like, you know, putting it out. I love myself. Put lighter stuff in. How about that? Take out the bricks and put some stuff in that's more loving, right? So it's really important that when you leave your story behind, like your old story, like you're cutting away what no longer serves you. And it allows you to rewrite the story of who you want to be. You know, who do you want your future self to look like? Your future self could be the next 6 months, the next 2 years, the next 5 years, right? But this should be something that feels very freeing. It shouldn't feel like you're putting like a whole bunch of pressure on yourself. So remember that you can attract anything in your life that you desire, starting with your mind. You can attract the car of your dreams, the house of your dreams, the partner of your dreams, the lifestyle of your dreams. All you have to do is think about it. If you can visualize it, you can, you know, attract it into your life. So one phrase that's really good for this is, you'll see it when you believe it, right? So it's really about believing and then seeing it. So believing it, visualizing it, how's it going to feel when that partner comes in, or you get that new car, or you get that new house? Hold on to that feeling. That's all manifesting is. A good movie is The Secret on Netflix. It'll really help you with that. They have like little exercises and activities. But I really encourage you to like use your energy and remember that you are beyond this body, right? I told you, you got your aura, you got, you know, you got your energetic field, and it's out here. It's not right here. So we are more than just our bodies. We are spiritual beings. And I encourage you to ask yourself this question from time to time. What if you couldn't fail? Right? What if you couldn't fail? What if you had the money that you needed? What if you had the support? What if you had all of these things? What would you do? You know what I mean? Would you open that bakery? Would you start that passion project? You know, sky's the limit. There is no limit at that point. So I encourage you to ask yourself that from time to time. You know, what could I do if I knew that I wasn't going to fail? And I think that when it comes to limiting beliefs, once you identify them, once you reframe them and you edit them the way that you want them to be reflected for the new version of you, then it's time to believe. Then it's time to trust and affirm that everything is going to work out in your favor. So I hope that those tips help with limiting beliefs. You know, that's the beautiful thing about spirituality. It's like a lot of the work you have to do yourself. You know, no one can make you meditate. No one can make you journal. No one can, you know, make you connect with your inner world. But I just feel like it's kind of like the cheat code. Like when you're able to connect with your internal world, it's like all of this stuff opens up. And I'm like, wow, like life can be pretty easy. Like it doesn't have to be super difficult. Yes, we have challenges, we have obstacles, but I feel like a lot of that is like how you look at it. You know, how you look at it. Some people are in some really bad positions or experiences or situations. And some of them are looking at it from the glass half full, and they're grateful for like the things that they have in their life. Other people have everything in the world and they're not grateful at all, or they see it as glass half empty. So just because you have all of these material things, it doesn't mean that you're fulfilled. It doesn't mean that you're at peace. So really check in with your limiting beliefs and like see like what's holding you back. because you could really like unlock a lot of doors and be living a whole different lifestyle. Yes, I love that, Jasmine. Yes, everything is working out in your favor, and hold on to that positivity. Oh, thank you so much. And sometimes I'll get some people and they'll say, like, the whole toxic positivity thing. And that's not what I'm trying to portray, and it's not my intentions, because the thing is, we're human. We're going to feel sad, we're going to feel mad, we're going to feel all these feelings, right? Acknowledge your feelings, but at the same time, observe them and try to do it without judgment. Try not to hold on to the pain, acknowledge, observe, breathe through it, move on. I feel like we're programmed to like beat ourselves up and think negative. Like, it's like, no. I mean, you can literally take accountability from things and like move on and make better choices in the future. Like, why does there have to be a punishment? And I feel like that's like kind of what's been programmed in us. It doesn't have to be a punishment. We're learning, we're growing, mistakes happen, we'll figure it out. Yes, yes, yes. So that wraps up my therapy talk. I appreciate you all listening so much. So if you guys have any questions about therapy, paranormal activity, Reiki healing, any of those things, I'm here for that. All yes and no questions with the pendulum are free. And if you want to donate, then check out the description on how to do that. I appreciate you so much. I'm excited. Like I'm excited. My channel originally started off as just tarot. Then it got into more like spirituality and protection and stuff like that. But with me becoming a therapist, I'm just trying to find a way to like smush it all together. So I thought Taropy Talk was like a great idea. And my production manager, my husband, he comes up with like the best ideas. So this is actually an idea that we kind of came up with, and yeah, it feels good. Like, just start normalizing and talking about stuff. Like, even if like nobody else is talking about it, like I feel like this is a safe place because I am a therapist. Like I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot, and it just creates a lot more empathy when it comes to like people and their circumstances, because you never know what people are going through. And sometimes people can be like high functioning and they're like all stars and they're like promotion and they're a VP and they're living this externally pleasing, lifestyle, but then inside they feel sad. They don't feel seen or they don't feel like enough. But everybody else around them's like, what's your problem? Like, you have everything. And that's where the disconnect comes. And that's why therapy is so important when you don't feel like enough, because the people around you, they may not understand, and they may feel that you have enough or you are enough based off of your circumstances. Yes, I completely agree, Jasmine. Healing is like a big thing, and I feel like this isn't something that's talked about. I feel like healing for a long time was like done in secret or behind closed doors. I don't know, but it's like we're all healing. We're all trying to figure it out. And if we could just be a little bit more compassionate with the next person or your neighbor or whoever, I just think that the world would just be a much nicer place. But then again, we're all learning, right? We're all learning. We all have different levels of emotional intelligence. I just always say that we all have different tools in our toolbox, right? For any of you that have parents that either mistreated you or didn't love you, or even family members, not just parents, it's like the older I get, it's like, and then going through my therapy program, it's like, oh wow, like you didn't do that on purpose. It's just you did the best you could with the tools in your toolbox. And I feel like when you're able to look at situations like that with people, it helps you not become a victim, and it helps you have like more compassion towards them, right? And that doesn't mean that if somebody is violating your boundaries or they're abusing you, and even if they are a parent, that they have a right to come back in your life. That's not what that means. Because, you can love somebody from a distance, you know, because you are the most important person that you know in your life, right? If your cup's not full, you can't pour into other people's cups. So I think protecting your peace is very important. And I don't feel like that's anything that you should have to explain to anybody. Whatever you need to protect your peace. And I live in a very peaceful bubble, and I love that. But that's my priority. Everybody's priority is not peace. Some people's priority is chaos. Hey, if they like it, I love it. So it's like live and let live, because we can only control what we do. We can't control other people. So essentially, like, we're in control of our happiness, our thoughts, our actions. Yeah, for real, Jasmine. I think people wake up and they're like, chaos, here I come. But the way I'm set up, I would be tired. Doesn't it seem exhausting to like change to choose chaos every day? Those people sure do have a lot of energy. But you know what? It's just how you want to use your energy. I'd rather use my energy doing other things. But it's all a choice, right? But it's like some people sometimes will ask me, like, because I don't watch the news. I just don't. I partake in no news. Like, it's a way that I protect my peace. And a lot of people will say, well, you're not in the know, and what if you don't know this, or what if you don't know that? That's okay. Like, I know what I need to know. And certain people end up in certain situations because they're in alignment with that. They attracted that into their life. There's a difference between being paranoid and being aware. You can be aware of your surroundings, so you're not, in a bad situation. And then you can be paranoid to the point where you attract certain situations in your life. And I know that that may be different for everyone, because everyone has a different experience with that, but just certain things I just don't worry about. I just tell myself I'm protected. The universe has my back, my angels, my guides, and I don't know. I just move very freely, and I don't watch the news. The news stresses me out. Yes. Peace of mind. I mean, that's priceless. A peace of mind is priceless. Like, I know there's some people out here. I used to nanny, and I've nannied for some very wealthy people. And not that everybody that's wealthy is unhappy, but these people were definitely very unhappy. So money does not bring happiness. Like, I really feel like it's just a balance between your mind, body, and spirit. Like, everything, it's just a balance. And if something's off balance, then there's going to be resistance in your life. Yeah. I completely agree, Jasmine. I do feel like the news could literally like put more positive stuff. Like, it could just be more balanced. Let me say that. I just said balance. I feel like it could be more balanced, but I do feel like there is a fear thrown at us. And it's just not, I don't think that it's healthy. Like, I really don't. Because I talk about the subconscious mind all the time. When you're watching the news and you're watching the interaction from the police and just different things going on, that's all going in your subconscious mind. So it's like we're not always aware what's in our subconscious. So it's really important to know, like, what are you feeding your consciousness, your subconscious? Like, what are you feeding it? Because you definitely have to be particular with what you allow in your space. Yep. Happiness is found in simple things. And I feel like, back to the channeled messages, like, it's really like my guides were saying, like, get back to the basics. Like, if you're able to strip everything away, like, if you have a certain thing, like, if you're not able to find a partner, you need to find that love within yourself first. You need to love yourself first. You need to know what you like, what you don't like, and just pour into yourself and, increase your inner glow. And when I tell you, you're going to have partners or suitors trying to come over to you, and you're going to have to beat them off with a stick. And then you're going to have to try to figure out, like, oh my gosh, who's the one? So any type of limiting beliefs or beliefs that you guys have, like, I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy of love. Remember, we're a spiritual being having a human experience. We are all worthy. We are all deserving of money, of love, of abundance continuously. Like, even though we are brought here or we asked to come here to this earthly plane, we didn't necessarily agree to live like in poverty. It's a choice. So you can do a lot of powerful things with your mind. Like if you guys haven't watched The Secret and that one exercise with the mailbox, I did that one summer, and I literally, every time I went to the mailbox, I was like, I got a check in the mail. I have checks in the mail. Like that summer, I must have literally got anywhere from 15 to 17 checks just randomly. So you can attract a lot with your mind. So just check in with yourself and see, like, what's holding me back? What thoughts? You could have limiting beliefs from your childhood, from your parents. And of course, they didn't do it on purpose. They may not even be aware that they have limiting beliefs. If you say to yourself that you want to travel and you want to eat different foods and you want to meet new people, but I can't afford it, that right there is where you put that wall up and all that energy was going, and then you put that wall up with I can't. So then the universe is like, oh, she doesn't want it. You don't have to know how to attract those things to yourself. You just have to know what you want. Yeah. Yep. You just have to know what you want. Like, literally last year, well, this is 2 years now, me and my husband got a house built from the ground up. We got to pick everything. We didn't know how we were going to do it. We just looked at the houses online and the builders, and we were like, okay, we want this. We didn't look at the price point or anything. Want this, we want that. We basically put up a list for the universe and literally got more on that list than I expected. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this cannot be real. Yeah. And it's all about a feeling. So if you're feeling good, stay in that. If you're feeling like there's certain days, like I don't feel like, the best, I try to put some music on and kind of change up my vibe, or, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like while we are working on our purpose and our goals, some of us are transitioning into owning our own business, and some of us have to work, and try to build our dreams. And sometimes that's not fun with the responsibility that comes with that. But for those moments, it's like, listen to some music. Try to change up your vibe, try to change up your energy, listen to some affirmations, like try to reset yourself. Because I think that's another thing that people do. Like if something comes along and kind of dampers your day, it's like, that's just one moment. You can reset. Like, okay, that kind of knocked me off my feet a little bit. I'm feeling a little grumpy. Let me go get a snack and some water. Let me go take a walk real quick. Let me kind of reset. Let me kind of like get adjusted. Let me realign. But what people typically do is like, if they get in that damper mood, they drag it the whole day and the next week. And then you look up 2 years later and they're still mad at the toaster. And you're like, oh my God. So try to catch it before it, goes too far. Yep. Breathing through things will really, it just helps you reset. Like I'm mindful when we took the kids today, they were doing their thing where we went and they were like getting all this energy out. And I was like, man, I feel weird. And I was like, oh yeah, let me breathe. Because throughout the day, a lot of times we like do like shallow breathing. We don't actually breathe intentionally. So I'll tell myself, hey, you got to breathe intentionally. And then like once I take deep breaths in through my nose, hold out through my mouth a couple of times, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. Like I didn't even know that I didn't feel connected. Your body, your emotions, they're all giving you information. You know, they're all giving you information. And I feel like if people looked at it as information opposed to like, I feel sad, I feel this, I feel that, like they're just attaching it to themselves. Keep it separate. I'm experiencing sadness. It's over there. You know, don't attach it to yourself. Oh my goodness. I have been on here for an hour. Well, I'm pretty much wrapping up. Did you guys have any questions? Thank you so much for being in the live. I truly appreciate it. Once the live posts, I'll go ahead and like put timestamps for the collective. You've been feeling nervous. Why? Oh, sure. That's fine. You can ask a yes or no question. Yeah, you guys make sure you guys are taking care of yourself during this holiday time and, you know, oh, I gotcha. Well, I'm definitely sending you like lots of positive vibes. That's completely understandable that you feel nervous. I'm excited for you. Definitely have to tell us. Let's see. Spirit, yes, no, maybe so. I'm getting a yes. I do feel like Gemini does miss you, does think about you. It was a little shaky, but it was less shaky than last time. So, like, I feel like that, like, working through some things, like, you know, mentally in his head, but I did get a yes for you. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. I don't miss that feeling. It could be. Make sure you're, like, breathing. Make sure you're taking breaks. Try to find ways to, like, love yourself and, you know, show yourself some grace and kindness. Like, love on yourself. You're so welcome. Well, this was such a wonderful therapy talk. I truly appreciate your interaction. I appreciate all of your comments and your conversation. It's such an honor. So let me put that on because I'm wrapping up. Alrighty, what's today? Today's Tuesday. I don't know why I thought it was Sunday. All right, guys, it is 7:40. It is time for me to go ahead and call it a night. So I'm wishing you guys love and abundance. Oh, no worries. Let's see. All right, Jasmine. Yes, no, maybe so. I'm getting a yes for you. It was a little shaky, so I'm wondering if he's kind of like going back and forth, whether he wants to or like kind of like getting the courage or the energy to like reach out and apologize, but I am getting a yes. So I feel like he is sorry. He does want to apologize. I just think the doing this might be a little tricky for him. I don't know why, but yeah. I did get a yes for you. So yes, I think my social battery has run out. So I thank you guys for being here on this therapy talk. Truly appreciate it. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you turn on notification so whenever I get on live, you can see my face and we can have a good conversation, because I feel like this is what this is all about. I feel like this is what it's all about. Getting the conversation started. And any of you guys that are watching this after the live, go ahead and comment below, any therapy tips that you're interested in, maybe anxiety, depression, maybe DPD, like whatever you're interested in, relationship stuff, manifesting. Go ahead and comment below and, help your girl out with some content, and I'll bring those videos with you as well. Oh, nice. All right, ladies, I'm about to go and take a shower and relax. Spend some time with the kids. More time with the kids, guys. It's all about the kids. All right, y'all. You guys have a wonderful day. And let me just, of course, plug myself in. If you guys are located in the state of Texas and you are looking for a therapist, maybe I'm your girl. Schedule a 15-minute free consultation with myself. If you're not located in the state of Texas, please advocate for yourself. Find a therapist that resonates with you. Schedule a few consultations. See you later, guys. And yeah, and if you're having issues with paying for therapy or the price, check out Open Path Collective or look for a therapist intern in your area. Yes, yes, yes. You ladies have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. All right, guys. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Bye.